Well, I'm going to get started on the acorn squash while Mark gets ready, and I've already cut the acorn squash open and I've gutted out the seeds. I found that one of the easiest ways to cut this, instead of trying to get the knife and keep it balanced, I turn it over and I cut it slices like that. As you can see, the acorn squash has been cut and salted and oiled, and it's going into the oven. We turned it up to 400 degrees because, frankly, you can cook it at 350 for 45 minutes, but we're speeding things along a little bit, so we cranked it up to 400, and we're going to cook it for about 30 minutes. In the meantime, we've got on low heat, we've got a skillet with pepitas, or pumpkin seeds, shelled pumpkin seeds, and there's no oil in the pan, right?
Right, no oil at all.
These are just going to be straight toasted. It's going to take, what, how many minutes would you say?
Oh, probably about 6 or 8 minutes.
6 or 8 minutes. And basically, you know, looking at them, as they get toasted, they'll get a little bit brown. They'll start to pop a little bit. And just keep on tossing them and keeping them warm. Okay, it's been about 6 or 7 minutes. The pumpkin seeds are toasted. They're crunchy, not chewy. That's important because you're going for the crunchy texture. And it really does make a really big difference here. So we're just going to set them aside, and we're going to spill them all over the place. I'll pick those up later.
Those are for the chef.
Those are the extra chef treats, yes. And then we're going to salt the pork chops. No pepper, just salt, right?
Yeah, you could pepper it if you like, but it really doesn't need it with all the curry.
Yeah, because we're going to do the green curry, and this is, I don't know if you can see that, green curry paste.
It's very cheap. You can get it for maybe $1 at your Oriental markets, or even Kroger sometimes.
Okay, and right into the same pan that the pumpkin seeds just came out of. So the pan's still hot, and
putting it salt side down.
Salt side down. We've got a good flame under there, and then we're gonna put some more salt on the top.
Correct.
And what are you looking for on these? You're just gonna go for a sear? You're looking for a color?
Yeah, we're gonna get a little bit of color on them. We'll cook them probably about 4 or 5, maybe 6 minutes on each side until the flesh firms up just a little bit. And we'll be doing this over medium-high heat.
Okay, it's been about 7 minutes. These have been cooking on one side a little bit longer. You know, these are really thick pork chops, but we've got a little bit of brown. Oh God, that looks beautiful. Awesome. And now we're going to cook them for another 6-7 minutes on the other side.
Right.
And then when they're done, we're going to take them off onto a plate. We're going to then make the sauce, the green curry sauce. Our
turn on the squash.
Acorn squash are cooking. They're on the top rack. So in case we need to, we can go ahead and turn them on the broiler and finish them up, because we are trying to speed this up just a little bit. But here we go.
Yep, shouldn't take much longer.
The pork chops have cooked for about 7 minutes on this side. Ooh. And you're going to call these pretty much done?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Oh, that's perfect.
And so we've heated the plate in the microwave for, again, 2 minutes, because why put a warm pork chop onto a cold plate and let the plate soak up the heat? We just don't need to do that.
We're going to start the sauce right now. A little bit of brown sugar, about a teaspoon compacted, give or take, and some green curry. I'm going to say, about 3, maybe 4 teaspoons.
Okay. And this is on the same heat, right?
Yeah, medium.
Okay.
Medium low. And a little bit of chicken stock to help everything marinate together. I'm going to say maybe a couple tablespoons, well, maybe a 1/4 cup chicken stock.
Okay. And
then we'll mix all this up. And there's a little bit of fond in here too, which shouldn't happen in a non-stick, and yet it does. So we'll have a little bit of fond from the pork, so that'll add flavor as well to the sauce.
Are you cooking the sauce? Or are you just trying to reduce it? Or are you just trying to marry the flavors together?
I'm mostly trying to marry the flavors together. There's not a whole lot of reduction that needs to take place.
Because it looks like it's reducing. You've got a thick sauce there already.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll turn the heat down and just let the chicken stock and the sugar and the curry do its thing. We're going to add a little bit of lime to it right now, which is an important note.
We've squeezed a whole lime into a juicer, and you're adding maybe, I don't know, a tablespoon.
Total. Now, I'd say maybe a teaspoon right now, and I will taste it as I go.
Gotcha, because you don't want it to be too citrusy.
That's quite good, but we need just a little bit more citrus.
Okay.
And we'll be adding a little bit of cilantro to this in a bit, but not quite yet, because we're not quite ready to serve.
Okay. And you wanted to check on the acorn squash, because it's been also
We're going to check on the acorn squash. We have elk glove.
Oh yeah, this is an awesome thing that we got. If you can see right on the edge of our grill, of the rack, we have a, it's an of glove rack protector, because after burning yourself one time too many on the, reaching for the grill, or if you're reaching, on the lower grill for something, and your hand goes up and you burn the top of your arm for that. Yeah, we've got two of these, and we really love them.
Yeah, it's a very good idea. So that's not coming along fast enough, so what we're going to do is we're going to cheat and go to broil, which is going to take up to 525 and put the heat on top. And we're going to give that a few minutes, actually 2 minutes, no more than 2 minutes. Never turn your broiler on for more than 2 minutes without checking it.
Okay, the sauce is back on the flame. It's warming up. The acorn squash has been in the oven under the broiler for 6 minutes, and we've been checking on it every 2 minutes. You really want to make sure that you don't leave anything under the broiler without a timer, because a lot can happen really quick. And these are done. Just a little browning. It's all you need. They're sizzling hot, and they are all the way done. Look at that. Yeah. They're soft, so they're perfect, as is. We've got 2 plates in the oven, and we're going to plate up here. Pork chops have been resting on the side.
One pork chop here, one pork chop there. You may have missed that we poured the juices from the pork chops into the saucepan.
Yeah, and never waste this stuff. This stuff is gold.
Sure is. All right.
And what about the cilantro?
Cilantro will be last minute, right into the sauce and onto the squash, as well as a garnish, along with the pepitas.
Okay, the rest of the acorn squash is all set up, and we're just finishing off the sauce. This is how much cilantro?
Oh, maybe 2 tablespoons chopped cilantro.
Fresh cilantro.
Fresh cilantro. We don't want to put it in there too soon because it'll lose its flavor and its brightness. So that's just about ready. We're going to let that marry and stay warm on low heat.
Very low.
And then we're moving over here to the squash. We're going to add pepitas. And garnish on everything.
Yeah. It just adds a toasty, crunchy texture to this that it's really not the same without it. It's wonderful. Don't go skimping on those. Look back over here.
So we're going to put a little bit more cilantro on everything. On everything. A little bit of garnish here and there.
This smells so good.
Just a little bit of lime over the squash. It's just a nice little brightness that really sets everything off. Okay, that's that. And here comes the sauce, which we will add over the pork chops. And more here. And more here.
Yeah, don't waste any of that either. This is a wonderful, wonderful comfort food. It's just a wonderful mixture of texture, color, flavor, smells, and
More cilantro, just
it's
make it
just
pretty.
gorgeous. This is quickly becoming one of my new favorite comfort foods.
Here we are.
All right.
Dinner's ready.
Excellent. Thanks.